There's some real money in the room.
You are now tuned into the Bob Report.
So what made you go to writing?
A cat named by the name of Addis Taylor.
Okay.
Addis Taylor, man. When I first got locked up, Addis Taylor, he had been locked up probably like 20-something years. So for whatever reason, man, he took me up on his wing. You know what I mean? And what he did was he was a poet, and he wrote poetry. So he's really the one that got me into writing poetry. So once I got into writing poetry, I got into reading. So I'm a real avid reader. So I read a lot. So what I started doing was I started reading novels, this, that, and the third. And one day I decided, like, man, you know what, man, I'm gonna see if I can write me a novel. And I wrote a novel, and it was decent.
How long did it take you?
About my first novel, it took me about like 4 months. 4 months.
What was your goal of writing it, just to see if you could do it? Did you plan on like actually pass it out to some of your boys locked up?
When you locked up, man, you got to find something to do with your time. Again, you got to find something to do with your time. If you don't find nothing to do with your time, you're going to fall short of the glory. So that was something that I could do with my time, and time passed me, passed on by.
Did you know how to write?
Nah, I didn't know how to write at all. I learned how to write by reading, by reading books. I just picked up that formula and took off.
When you finished the project, did you ever pass it to any of the homies for them to check out?
That's actually what made me self-publish my book while I was locked up. Because what I did was I wrote my book in my joint, and I let my partners read it, and my partner was like, say, man, this joint is good for real, for real. I was like, you think so? He was like, yeah, man, hey, man, real talk, you can do something with this. So what I did was I sent it. It was this prominent publishing company, I think it was called like Triple Crown at the time. And I sent my manuscript. Well, what I did was I had it edited by this chick named Jazzy Penn, and she worked for Triple Crown. So she actually introduced my book to them, and they wanted to give me my first book deal while I was locked up. But me, by doing a whole bunch of research, I decided that it would be better if I just self-published it while I was locked up. And that's what I did.
So you wrote the book and published it from prison?
Yeah.
How hard was that process, man? Some people, though, it's free, they can't do that.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a struggle, but if you had somebody that was believing in your dream or whatever else, and they was working on the outside for you, and then it turned out all right for me. You know what I mean? So the people on the outside that believed in me, you know what I mean? Like, I would send manuscripts to people to get it, like, it proofread, edited, and my folks would be on the streets talking about, hey man, go on, pay for that. They would pay for it for me. Yeah. So, and then the book, when it actually came out, and I had shipped it off to a gang of what is it called when they read your book? I forgot what they told me. When they read your book and then they turn back around and I forgot what it is. Anyway, I sent it out to a bunch of readers. They decided that they liked it, and man, it took off. It took off.
What other things did you do while being locked up outside of writing and reading? Because you're an established trainer also. Oh yeah. Oh, I got certified as a personal trainer, conditioning trainer.
I got my master's certificate in basically training. You know, that's what I was into. I was into training, conditioning training, boxing training. You know what I mean? So I did everything while I did a lot of training while I was locked up.
What did you learn from being in prison?
What did I learn from being in prison? Learn not to go back. Shit. Learn that
You mentioned your ego was out of control earlier.
Yeah, it was.
Was your ego in check before you got out of prison?
Oh yeah, that's what I wish for. Fam, I didn't want to go back to the streets thinking that I had to go do some dirt to survive. Because see, before prison, that was my only mindset, was doing dirt. That was my only career. You see what I'm saying? See, before prison, immature in the mind, I wanted to be Nino Brown. I wanted to be Al Capone.
Those were your...
Yeah, those are my idols that I looked up to as a youngster. But again, I'm still immature in the mind, fam. So I'm still looking at TV, glamorizing what it is to be a gangster. So in that, once you let your ego lead the way, it's gonna do just that, you know? It's gonna do just that.
Hey, real tone, it's some real money in the room.